One of the players that he was asked about there, Harry Maguire, he scored the goal. But this week's headline or leak or whatever you want to call it, has been about the captaincy. That Ralph Rangnick had to come out and say he will be captain until the end of the season. Is that important? Is that even a story for you at a moment of discussion at the moment with United fans?
I don't think so. I don't think it would be a topic if Cristiano wasn't there.
Really?
I think people have made a little bit too much of that. And you have to say, Maguire, is he a real captain? I've never really seen that real captain awareness about him, really. Does he demand enough from the players around him? Does he demand enough from his team? I don't think he does. It's normally inspired by performance.
Who does in that squad, though? That's the problem.
There isn't many. Yeah, which is a problem. So he has to give it to, and it's normally a centre-half, big centre-half who gets it. But his form has been...
Unless you're the Premier League's all-time record goal scorer and then you get the armband for your entire career.
Well, yeah, that's a totally different case, isn't it? But look, he's had a bad year as well. I know a lot was spoken about.
So is there a case for potentially relieving him of the armband to help him concentrate on his own
You'd have to say there was a case for him not being in the team, really. Over these last 3 or 4 weeks especially, he's given some goals away and hasn't looked anywhere near his best after the Euros with people like Varane and Lindelof knocking about. But the manager has obviously seen something in him. Look, I don't know him. We don't see him around the training ground. He might be a good captain. He might be a good leader around the training ground. And it's obvious that the manager thinks so. So, look, he's going to go with him.
Does it matter? What would you do?
I think it would have created more problems.
Taking it off him?
Taking it off him. There would have been more questions asked. There would have been the whole scenario of Ronaldo being the... I mean, he gets enough criticism when he takes Ronaldo off anyway, and he's not the captain. So can you imagine if he gave it to Ronaldo and then he doesn't play him, then takes him off or whatever it is? So there's always a different scenario there. But I think it would have created more problems taking the captaincy off him than sticking with him. I think it was the right thing to do in sticking by him and trying to get the football club in the way that he wants it and getting them all gelled and rowing in the same direction. And I don't think that perhaps would have been the case if he had took it off him.
As you say, you look around the squad and the team, there isn't that many candidates, is there really? I think he's the one that's stable, the one that looks like he's going to play all the time. The question always seems to be who's going to be his partner. Right back's a position we don't really know if there's... McTominay does play a lot of the games, but again, a young player, is he really captain material? Cristiano, we know it can be captain material, but I'm not sure about centre forwards being captains. But no, seriously, Cristiano's probably not going to play every game as well, which your captain needs to be playing every game. There's the keeper, I suppose, but again, he's not a leader. He's not a character in the dressing room. He's not a leader around the training ground. And Harry Maguire is probably the most likely out of a bunch of players that don't really have that many leaders.